Thanks to the support as a channel member, Felix Bjorkman. Well, we finally made it to the National League at the third time of asking, and in today's episode, we play our first two matches at this level and hopefully prove my ongoing theory that teams who are good in the National League North are also going to be good in the National League. If you want further evidence of my theory one way or the other, make sure you like the video, because as ever at the weekend, a weekend upload is never guaranteed. If you want a double upload bonus episode tomorrow, 5,000 likes on this video by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'll release the next episode then. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until Monday. But I mean, you do usually hit these likes targets, but let's not get complacent with it. It really does help to keep the series going. And yeah, this series is doing incredibly well, largely because of the incredible support that you've offered it through your views, your likes, your comments, all that kind of stuff. Let's not get too soppy with it all. Thank you for the support. Don't forget to like. Let's go and play in the National League. And that first match is going to be against Altrincham, who I think we're considerably better than. I think we established that in yesterday's episode. Certainly in terms of media prediction. Media think... I just knocked my can over. That's not ideal. Media think we're going to finish in 12th. Altrincham are expected to be in a relegation battle. So I would like to think they're a team that we're going to be capable of beating, although we have very much not finished our transfer window yet. We even still have money left, which is completely unheard of. We don't have a single loan player in at the club. But I do think we have a pretty strong looking first 11 off the back of the transfers that we did yesterday. So let's meet the new boys. I mean, some of them are very familiar. We all know about Josie Casagrande, the greatest goalkeeper in non-league football history. I don't know how he's not got a full cap for New Zealand yet. I refuse to believe they've got a better goalkeeper than this guy. He's earning a lot of money as well now. But he obviously is going to be playing for us in goal. Then the back four, there's a little bit of familiarity in there. We've got Strachan at left back, who's starting his third year at the club, which is pretty unlike me at this level of football. I had a little bit of criticism on the last transfer special, saying there's too much turnover of players. This guy's been here 3 years. This guy's been here 3 years. This guy at right back has been here 3 years, admittedly. He's not played right back before, so Canaville's going to be right back. Then we've got new boy Brown alongside Captain Kirk, the new captain, Kirk. At right centre-back, he's our new captain. I mean, I just wanted him to be our captain. I'm very happy about it. And then we've got our Colombian international, Uribe. He's going to play in midfield alongside Compton, who, of course, was here last year. And then new boy on the left is James Tilley, who can play on either side, also at wing-back. He's going to be countered on the opposite flank by Rhys Dottin, who, of course, was here on loan last year and has now joined us permanently from Southampton, another one who's earning quite a lot of money. And then up front, we've got Bruno Sena, who was here last year and is now wanted by Chesham. Seems a little bit harsh. I've had a few people saying, does he ever actually play well? Yeah. He's a target man. He's getting a goal every other game. That's all I want from my target man. I don't need him to be scoring for fun. That's what this guy is for. Warren Taylor, our new striker, 19 years old, comes in from Burnley, and we do have high hopes for him. We've got the big man, little man combo running up front. And fingers crossed, we can go into the new season and pick up a lovely old win. And if nothing else, obviously part of the goal for these first half dozen or so matches of the season, certainly while we're playing through August, I don't think we have transfer windows at this level, but transfer windows do impact the ability to get loan players for free. We're certainly noticing a pattern where if you try and loan players when the transfer windows are open, you have to pay. If you loan the players after the window is closed for everybody else, you can often get them with no wage contribution. So we are having to hold fire a little bit and bringing in the loanees. But that's why we're going to use the next 6 or 7 matches while we wait for the window to close. Unless we spot a bargain in the meantime, we're going to use that time to figure out what squad gaps we've got. Are there players in this first team who aren't good enough for the role we're asking them to do? I suspect we're probably going to need a right back, but are there areas where we don't really have enough backup, enough rotation? Is there a consistent substitution I'd like to make that I can't because we don't have a player to come on and do it? They're the squad gaps that we're looking for. We can probably bring in 1 or 2 more permanent players with the money that we've got, so we'll be keeping an eye on free transfers. And then obviously we've got 5 loans that we can do as well. So we could still be adding another 6 or 7 players to this squad. And if you're the person who's doubting Bruno Sena, I get it. You can't see him, but I promise you, he did just do a football goal. It's Taylor on the right-hand side, plays it back to Restotting, who knows all about Bruno Sena, plays it to him, back to goal, and he's actually done a turn and a very tidy finish into that far corner. He's off the mark for life in the National League, and we're 1-0 up, which is jolly nice to see. Altrincham with the corner, and Kirk is at Captain Kirk is there to head clear. It comes back in again, and that was quite a tasty cross from Altrincham. It looks like the trees. Hold the fuck! Oh, of course. This was announced yesterday that we're expanding the stadium. They've taken out the trees and replaced them with diggers. The fenced-in trees have gone, everybody, and they've been replaced by construction equipment and a concrete wall rather than a fence. I guess that's where our new stand is going to be. That's cost us 800 grand. How much of that was just removing the troublesome trees that hide behind the fence? I can't believe they're gone. We may as well leave Bedford now. All the characters gone. We've lost our fenced-in trees behind the goal. Right, Canterville to Kirk. And now Compton across to Aribe. What a move this is. What a pass from Aribe. Everybody is getting a touch on this. Restotting plays it across and Sena's there again. And that was a beautiful goal. And Bruno Sena, this might be his season where he properly announces himself. I mean, remember as well, if we're being harsh to Sena, remember he's still very young as well. He's not only very young. We're gonna have a look at him. I've got things to say about Bruno Sena, because he's very young. He's still only 21 years old. Last season, can we see him properly? Where do you click to see them properly? There must be a way to, if we go there, can we see Sena properly? I hate that screen that you see there. I want to actually look at his normal screen. We'll look at him after the match, but he's very young. He'd never really played any football before signing for us. And last season, he was getting used to playing regular football. And he was getting used to the way we play. This is his second season. This is the year he's going to score a gazillion goals. Captain Kirk at the far post, almost making it 3-0 from the corner. And now Restotting. Restotting. Lovely work from him again. Cross. Sena's there. Sena's fouled, surely. Apparently he's not. It's another corner for us. And, I mean, we are absolutely all over them. And look how efficient our shooting's been. 7 shots, 7 on target. No wonder we're scoring goals. We don't miss. Right, we've got a long-ish throw attempt through Strachan. Oh, my word. Look at the length on that. Has he had that in his locker all along? Sena's got a first-half hat-trick. But Strachan's throw was absurd. And this is a rival moment, a coming-of-age moment for Bruno Sena. First game of the season at a higher level. People had doubts about him. What are you going to do with your doubts now, you rascals? First half hat-trick from Bruno Sena. He is the main man. Like I said before, all we need from him is like 30 goals a season. He didn't quite score enough goals last year. He's fixing it this year. We're not making any more excuses for him. What a man. What a hat-trick. What a performance. How is he only on a 9.5? Restotting combining with him beautifully as well for 2 of them. I mean, that's obviously a partnership that spent a year being built as well. And now it's Restotting again on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Captain Kirk. And now Restotting, he's got this left-hand side of Altrincham. I mean, he's destroying them. He's gone past 2 of them there. Canterville bursting forward. Sena's there again. Bruno Sena has his 4th goal of the match. I mean, I don't know where this has come from. He's turned up this season and decided, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be a Premier League player. I'm here now, boss. Last year was just the warm-up. It's Bedford 4, Altrincham 0. Bruno Sena has 4 goals in the first 50 minutes of this match. He has a career average in the National League of scoring a goal every 12 minutes or so. Canterville to Restotting. Taylor, Taylor's been able to have a relatively quiet debut because he's got this guy next to him doing a 10 out of 10. Taylor's done a good match on his own. He's got an assist. He's doing a good rating. But it takes the pressure off him. We don't need him to come in and score straight away because we've got a maniac doing it next to him. Strachan, another long throw from him. Brown with the flick on it comes to Restotting, who's also having a phenomenal match and deserves a goal of his own. Has the shot from range. it's collected comfortably by the Altrincham keeper, who lumps it clear. I mean, that is rubbish. Captain Kirk and Casagrande getting a little bit confused between each other there, but we get away with it. And I guess we take Cena off now, do we? Rest him. I don't really know what we've got on the bench, but there's no reason. He's done his job. Gray, I can't remember what type of striker each of these. So he's more of a winger so he's the more attacking option. We don't really have. Oh, we've got Morton. Morton's still here. Morton could come on. I mean, I don't need to take him off. I think we'll leave him on. We'll just let him carry on having his fun. What we do kind of need is a right back. Cannaville is tiring. He's playing there when we don't really want him to anyway. The two central midfielders not having the best of times. So we can bring on another new boy in the shape of Chalk and McLeod, who did do his contract extension back in the summer. Tilly's also been very quiet. So we could probably do with more wingers. We're going to bring Smith on. Although Smith isn't really a winger, I don't really want to play Morton out there. Smith at least is. He's like a relatively pacey attacking midfielder. We signed him. I think he came in from Manchester City, was released from them back in the summer, and we want to be able to fit him in somewhere. My plan was to play him alongside Cena, but then we found Taylor, so we're probably not going to use him there. So maybe Smith needs to become a left winger. I guess we can rest Cannaville. We can bring on the new boy Ness, who is very large, and as a result, we'll put Kirk out at right back. He's the captain. He can go out there and he'll be fine. And then Gray can come on for Rhys-Dottin. And we definitely need a right back. That is becoming clear to me, and possibly a backup left winger. Their left-hand side has had a shocking match today, by the way, but we have just been brilliant. And Bruno Cena, well, if he's going to play like that this season, we're going to have a jolly nice time. 4-0, I assume we're top of the league. And I assume we've got the top scorer in the league as well. I don't think anyone else would have posted 4 or more. Classy Bruno Cena, adored by fans, as he should be. Bedford are top of the league. No one else has even played. Stop the count. We're going to the Football League. What a hero Bruno Cena is. Right, who are we playing next? Aldershot. We want to show you a match that's got some decent opposition in. Are Aldershot good? Yeah, we'll just go straight into that. We don't do 2 consecutive games very often, but it's our first matches at a new level. We've just done incredibly well against a relegation-threatened team. Let's see how we get along away from home against a former Football League team who are expected to be in the playoff mix. We might be about to come crashing back down to earth. So no changes for the Aldershot game. We'd be mad to do changes. I've just been reminded by my inbox that Past Kev is trying to solve the right back problem. He's got Genesis Antwi that we're trying to bring in. Unfortunately, Colchester are also in for him as well. So I suspect he's going to go and play for Colchester in League One rather than us in the National League. Unless, I mean, we're promising him star player, regular, play all the time kind of deal. Whereas I imagine he'd be coming in. He's on trial at Northampton at the moment as well, is he? Wowzers. They obviously don't want him. They've not offered him a contract, but I suspect other clubs would be looking to use him as a backup or a rotation option. We do have other potential right back options. There's a few pretty good ones on here. I like the look of this guy as well, especially if he's towards the top end of that range. That would be super duper. But I'm thinking, I mean, Antwi is the preference, but there's others. This transfer room in thing is quite powerful, but it's not done in time for this match against Aldershot. It's obviously an unchanged team, because why would we make changes after winning our first game of the season 4-0? So hopefully we can continue the Bruno Cena show. I wonder, again, we're getting a bit deep into tactics here, boys and girls. I do apologise for those of you who prefer me to be a clueless numbskull. I wonder how much of that Rhys-Dottin performance, and as a result, the Cena performance, because so much of it came from Rhys-Dottin crosses, I wonder how much of it comes from the fact that we have got Cannaville behind Rhys-Dottin. Rather than him playing as a wing-back, Cannaville is a centre-back. He's on a full-back instruction. He's staying back and basically freeing up Rhys-Dottin to be way more attacking. So he's not having to have a guy overlap him. He's not having to go back and help him out because he's got himself out of position. So Cannaville can just kind of lock in there and let Rhys-Dottin do his thing. And he can then obviously provide for Cena. It was the best performance I think we've seen from Rhys Dottin, as well as the best performance from Cena. So this right-hand side might work the way it is. Maybe we don't need to replace Cannaville. Maybe we just need somebody to come in behind him. But, I mean, that's all speculation based on one match. So I guess let's see how it works today. Oh, that's not good. We've conceded from a corner. We've got all our tall boys. How have our tall boys let that happen? Casagrande's not very happy. So they've come for the near post. Who is that? Who's that? Compton. I don't really know why it's Compton. Compton's not the guy what you want up against their tall centre back. I feel like a mistake has been made there. But let's not worry about it. Let's not get too bogged down. If we come here and narrowly get defeated by the odd goal, remember, we're targeting mid-table this season. I've talked a lot about how I'd like to just go straight through, but if we can finish mid-table, have a year of acclimatising at this level, because I do think, I mean, I guess we have to balance my career plans with Bedford. For Bedford, getting promoted again straight away would probably be disastrous because I don't think they're ready on or off the pitch, and they'd have to go full time and it would be problematic. For me, obviously, a back-to-back promotion, it doesn't really matter. 2 promotions in a row, I'd get taken by a League One or a Championship club, and doesn't really matter if Bedford then go out of business. But I'm not that much of a monster. We're 2-0 down now. Oh, there's that cross again from Rhys Dottin, though. This time Cena can't make proper contact, though. I wonder if maybe just Altrincham are rubbish. that rather than trying to get too analytical and clever with it, maybe Altrincham were just rubbish, because that's the Bruno Cena we know and love that we've seen just there. I mean, he's tried to get back and get the tackle in there. It hasn't really gone to plan. And it's now 3-0 and we are getting absolutely battered. See, this is why we're working out how good we are in these first few matches. I would hate to think Casagrande's not up to the National League after everything he's done to get us here. But he's not really made a save today, has he? And that one was a little bit iffy. That's very poor. Based on how good we were in the previous match, that's been very poor. And this is where you look at the bench and you're like, well, there's not much to come on. I probably do need some shiny new players. And maybe Cannaville's not up to it. Although, to be fair, Strachan's struggling even more. It's their right winger who's causing all the problems. Which means it's our left back that's struggling. And it is. If you look at the rating, Strachan's on a 6.1. I mean, sometimes at this level, we're just going to get battered, I guess. Northampton are in this league. That is interesting. That's quite the local derby for Bedford. Right, Cannaville's shattered. And we just don't have any. Right, we're going to bring Ness on again. Kirk can go out there again. None of that is ideal. We need a right back urgently. Tilly has been awful. So I think we're going to try Gio Smith out there again, who can play left midfield. I mean, theoretically, he should be able to do it. And then, I mean, Strachan's been awful. We don't have a left back to come on, though. Taylor's not having a nice time. So Gray can come on up front this time. We're getting a look at these players. Gray's one of those, if you watch the transfer special yesterday, which of course you should have done, Gray is one of those players who's in on a non-contract. So as we find better ones, like if we loan in a really good striker to compete with Taylor, Gray can probably get released and it frees up some wage budget. Because although they're non-contract, pay per appearance, they do have an average amount that's applied to the wage budget when it comes to doing the budget calculations. But we've got 5 or 6 players in the squad who are on those non-contracts that we can release at any time. So once we get a finished version of the squad, we can then start releasing a few players and continue adding to it. That's my plot. Everything we did right in the last match is going against us in this one. We look a little bit clueless here. Right, let's get Chalk on. And we've got Callum Morton. We might as well. I mean, he's another one who's now on a non-contract. After being a key player 2 years ago, a rotation player last year, he's very much a guy to make up the numbers this year, who I didn't expect to be on the pitch in the second game of the season. Or at all, really. But there he is. And maybe he'll score. Maybe he'll force his way back into my plans. I think Cena's probably still top scorer in the league, so it's going to take a while for him to force his way in. But has he got a long throw in his locker? I mean, we know Strachan has. So is Morton. It wasn't great, but there's our first proper look at Gio Smith. Plays it over to Uribe, who's surely been fouled. No, apparently not. I would love to see the post-match interview of Uribe, by the way. Former Porto player, played all over the world. What's it like being part-time at Bedford? It'd be fascinating. What a story it would be. Gray has got his first goal for us. It's Morton and Gray linking up. Neither of them part of the long-term plan. But that's why they're here. To just be useful guys to throw on in situations like this. Because we don't have enough long-term plan guys yet. Right, I don't know about you boys and girls, but based on those first two matches, I have no idea if we're good or not. We're going to take our time a little more with this season than we have with the last couple because we're new at this level. So we're not going to go way into the future before tomorrow's episode. Maybe 4, 5, 6 matches. Certainly get to the point where we can maybe bring in some loans. And I guess see how we're getting on. Let me know in the comments if we're good or not. I just don't know. But if you've enjoyed that episode, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Don't forget 5,000 likes and you get another episode tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.